This is the poor man's steak. It keeps for 2 years without a fridge or electricity, right inside a jar. A recipe from the 1930s that helped families survive the Great Depression when store shelves were bare. I'll walk you through the entire process step by step so you can build your own supply. But pay close attention. At the end of the video, I'll show you one critical step. Skip it, and botulism will grow inside that jar, turning your food into a deadly poison. Watch until the end. This is literally a matter of life and death. Let's get started. I have just over a pound of ground beef. 1 pound, 2 ounces to be exact. We need 2 medium white onions. Onion is not just flavor, it's a natural antiseptic. It suppresses bacteria and releases juice that keeps the patty tender even after 3 hours of cooking. Dice them as fine as you can, no large chunks. If the onion doesn't dissolve into the meat, the patty will fall apart. Add the onion to the beef and start mixing. With your hands, not a spoon. That's the only way to feel the texture. The meat needs to become uniform, almost like a paste. While I'm mixing, let me tell you something. This recipe was known in Amish communities in Pennsylvania and Ohio as far back as the late 1800s. But it went mainstream in the 1930s during the Great Depression, when unemployment in the U.S. hit 25%. Families canned everything they could. Meat in jars wasn't everyday food. It was an emergency reserve. Insurance against starvation. Here's a trick I found in old Amish records. A regular canning jar lid. I coat the inside with olive oil. Why? So the patty won't stick and the shape will be perfect, flat and uniform. Same size matters. Every patty needs to cook through evenly. Press the meat into the lid, pack it down firmly with your thumb. Flip it over. There's your perfect patty. Round, even, about ½ inch thick. That exact size is what lets them stack neatly inside the jar. I'll shape all the patties now. From this amount of meat, I get 8 to 9 pieces. That's 1 full jar. 1 dinner for a family of 4 with no grocery store anywhere in sight. That's how the Amish lived, and that's how they survived. In previous videos, I told you, don't throw away bones. Here's why. These are chicken bones from past recipes. I drop them in a pot, cover with water. Add a teaspoon of salt and a handful of finely chopped onion. Simmer on medium heat for exactly 1 hour. In that hour, the bones will release all their collagen, all their minerals, calcium, phosphorus, magnesium. This is no longer just water. This is liquid gold for preserving. I take a pan, add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Fry for 10 minutes on each side. Don't rush. We need a crust, a golden, firm crust. This isn't just about looks. It's a barrier that seals the juices inside the patty once it's in the jar. Without that crust, the meat will turn to mush. If you haven't liked this video yet, do it now. That's the signal to the algorithm that recipes like this still matter to people. I take a quart-sized mason jar, about 1 liter. I start stacking the patties one on top of the other. Snug, but not forced. They shouldn't get crushed. Same technique, same jars, same hands in the kitchen energy as 1930. Tell me in the comments, did anyone in your family ever preserve meat like this? Grandma, grandpa, anyone? Will expand when heated. And if the jar is full, the pressure will build up and the jar may explode. Will expand when heated. And if the jar is full, the lid will blow off. Or worse, the jar will crack. Before sealing, I wipe the jar rim dry with a cloth soaked in vinegar. No grease on the glass. Grease would break the seal. I close the lid, but not all the way. Air needs to escape during processing. Did you know about the vinegar rule? Leave a comment. I read every single one. And now, the secret I mentioned at the very beginning. Vinegar. 1 teaspoon per jar. This will not make the meat taste sour, I promise. Vinegar lowers the pH inside the jar. And the low pH is your insurance against botulism. We process for 3 hours. This is exactly how the Amish did it, water bath canning. No pressure canner needed, just heat, water, glass, and time. At 212 degrees Fahrenheit, boiling point, the temperature inside the jar kills all pathogens. The vacuum forms on its own as the jar cools. 3 hours have passed. Look at the jar. Look at that broth. Deep, dark, rich. That color means the collagen fully broke down. 3 hours ago, this was raw meat and water. Now it's a meal that can sit on your shelf for 2 years. Let's open it. Hear that click? Vacuum sealed. The technology works. Oh, wow. The smell? There are no words for it. Caramelized meat, bone broth, onion, all together. I open it, and these are no longer just patties. They've darkened to a deep, rich brown. The broth has thickened around them like a natural jelly. I cut one open, fully cooked through, tender as butter. This is poor man's steak in a jar. This is exactly how families ate in the 1930s when store shelves were empty. This is exactly how the Amish get through every winter to this day. Incredible. Seriously, if you don't have at least 5 jars like this at home, you are not ready for anything. Make these now while you still can. Store up to 2 years without refrigeration in a cool, dark place. Subscribe to the channel. This is where we cook food that will outlast any apocalypse. Next week, a recipe I found in documents from the 1800s. See you then.